እንዴት ናችሁ? ባለፈው ስለ ጋዝ ኦፕቲማይዜሽን አይተናል። ዲፍረንት ዌይስ ኦፍ ኦፕቲማይዚንግ ሶሊዲቲ ኮይን እና ኦልሶ ሚኒማይዚንግ ደ ጋዝ ኮስት አይተናል። So this tutorial will be on randomness. Alright. So random number is very common. Like we use it in our day-to-day life. Yeah, and for ለምሳሌ for normal Node.js you have a simple way of generating those random numbers. And one thing also not ማድረግ ያለብን there's no real random number generate አናደርግም even with the logics we know, like what's dot random ለምሳሌ we get random number every time, but this is not random. Like it's under the hood calculated, but it's hard to forecast now, like come up with number considering all the calculations under the hood immunity ማለት ነው። እና random number is something that's also very like basic thing in solidity as well. And by the way, one of the interesting thing one of my teacher in the past random number, it's not only something that exists in the code or in like programming only. ለምሳሌ random thing in our life አለ። ለምሳሌ random taxi ነው join የምናደርገው random. So what I'm trying to say is this random thing is also part of our life. Random ይሄንን guess ያደረገ ሰው would get a winner, will be a winner ምናምን ይባላልና random thing is also in our life. Alright, so how are we going to generate random numbers? So you can see here the way it generates a random number is like hashing the different attributes. Like here is considering the sender. The message sender is like the one who's invoking this function, the address of the sender, and the block timestamp means the timestamp of that block. And random number is also considering the previous setted random number. And finally, this function is just to fetch the random number. Let's set an action. So I'm using Remix. Obviously, you are definitely aware of this tool. So yeah, I'm calling to the functions to set the number and also get the number. So you can see it. It's setting it to some quite random number that you could think it's hard to guess, but we will see it in action how we are going to able to like even if it seems random, but under the hood it's not random now. Yeah, we'll see how to use or like find out this random number, and especially if you use this for some financial team where like የሆነ ነገር conceal ለማድረግ ተጠቀም ነው then it's not a good approach. It's very vulnerable code. So I think, by the way, I don't know if you guys are aware of this Ethereum CTF it's capture the flag challenge, and that's very interesting. By the way, I advise you to go for it and check the puzzles. በጣም interesting puzzles ናቸው ያሉት. So from this puzzle ዛሬ የኮይን ፍሊፕን puzzle ለምናየው because it has this the randomness thing like a part of this challenge now. So the whole idea is like someone is supposed to flip the coin, and if it happens to make the right guess, then he will have the consecutive views will increase. And the challenge here is to make 12 consecutive guesses. So I'm gonna take this whole contract and play around with it on Remix. So I actually have already a copy here. So just to give you a line by line interpretation for this, the first three lines are like variables, and the first variable is to keep the consecutive wins. The last hash is how is this used? Okay. And the flip function is here to pass your guess, and your guess according to the calculation here would be either true or false. Then if you manage to get the right guess, your consecutive wins will increase. ስለዚህ የብሎክ ቫልዩ አለን። ብሎክ ቫልዩን ለፋክተሩ እናካፍላለን። ፋክተሩ ጀስት ሰም ራንደም ነበር ነው፣ some big random number ነው። and finally ካካፈለው በኋላ so if it is 1 then we get true, and if it is different from 1 then we get false. All right, so let's try this. Okay, now the consecutive wins are 0, and if I guess for example true, wait, I should wait for this. Yeah, it's complete now. Okay, I didn't manage to get the guess. Let's try to again. Let's try to. Okay. Oh. Pink. If I change this to, yeah, በጣም የቆየብኝ ነበረ። Managed to guess it right here. False is the, okay, I missed again. Okay. Nice. So here I'm trying to በራሴ ገስ ለማድረግ እየሞከርኩ ነው እና the chance of like you getting the variable is still not 100%. But now what I want to show you is we have a way to make a call to this contract from another contract, and ያኛው contract ደግሞ we can calculate, or we can have the same calculation as the original contract, and then this contract will know the variable or the random number or the coin flip for every guess ማለት ነው። Okay. Okay, you can see now for every coin flip guess, ዊን ይጨምራል። ይሄ ለምንድን ነው? አንድ አይነት ፋክተር ኦር ላይክ ኦሪጂናል ኮንትራክት እንደሚጠቀሙ አንድ አይነት ፋክተር እኛም እየተጠቀምን ያለ ነው። ያ እዚህ ጋር ብሎክ ቫሊዩንም እንደሚያሰራው ከብሎክ ነምበሩ አንድ የቀነሰውን ብሎክ ሃሽ አድርጎት እሱን ደግሞ ወደ ዩኤንት 256 ቀይሮት ነው የሚሰራው እና ሴም ዌይ እኛም እንደዛ ካልኩሌት እያደረግነው ነው ያለ ነው። ሶ all this computation in order to make this the coin flip random ለማድረግ የሞከርነው ሁሉ with some other contract which makes like the same calculation it was able to know ምን አይነት ራንደም ገስ ላይ እንደሚሆን ማለት ነው። so randomness and solidity cannot be achieved by like just simply hashing or using the variables like block hash or block number or block timestamp እነዚህን በመጠቀም ራንደም ነምበርን ካልኩሌት ማድረግ አይቻልም ሶሊዲቲ ላይ። okay so before I wrap this up there are two other ways ቲዮሪውን ነው የምነግራችሁ and if you're interested then you can definitely go ahead and practice with that. But the other theory to get random numbers is using oracles. Oracles are normally they get their data from off-chain and you can have like you can invoke them demo from your contracts to get that data. So you can assume it like I don't know if I have oracle over here. Maybe on an oracle in Xerxis. Okay, it's going to no, it's not. Okay. Anyways, so it's like some contract but it has implemented የሆኑ ሜቶዶች አሉት። ለምሳሌ get random number. Okay, this is we can say IVRF oracle. It's not implementing anything. Okay, so yeah, we are not going to pass any variable to it. So እንደዚህ አይነት ኦራክል ይኖረናል። ከዛ ይሄን ደግሞ ኢምፕሊመንት የሚያደርግ ሌላ ኮንትራክት ይኖረናል። Alright, so a few things. I was missing this import thing, and also when you import you have to give them the relative paths unless it tries to look it from the dependencies. So we have our interface here, What's this things? Okay, we have our interface here. The interface says any contract implementing this contract should implement this get random number, and we have the oracle here, and it implements the interface for that. Because one thing I guess that we miss here is to set the random number. Yeah, let's create a function to set random number returns view. No. Returns and oh no, it's not going to return anything. Sorry. Random number is say to this time. Okay, maybe we can pass some int and we can set it as random number. Alright. So ለዚህኛው ነው only owner አይነት modifier ይኖረዋል ያልኳችሁ ይሄ ኦራክሉ it should not be called by some random user call ሊያደርገው አይገባም. It's just only the owner who sets the random number. So this is how the oracle under the hood works. Okay, let's give it a try. Alright, if we are passing some other different number, then when we call the get random number, we get that. So the idea من مسرعشو call to oracle የሚባለው function, or what do you call this contract, it makes a call to that oracle and it gets the random number back ማለት ነው. So let's compile this and deploy it. Okay, deploy right now. So let's take the oracle and set the oracle for this. Okay, now when we call to the get random number, I think the good way to it's not a view function, so that's why you're not seeing it like this. Let's try to make this as a view. I'll have to compile this and deploy it again. Let's delete this instance. Yeah. Okay, nice. So we set the random number here, and we are getting that random number on the other contract. So it doesn't seem like we're doing much. Good. Ideaውን መስራችሁ ይሄ ኦራክሉ ማኔጅ የሚደረገው with some trusted search party ነው, like mainly ያለን አሁን የቼን ሊንክ ኦራክሎች አሉ. So የቼን ሊንክን ኦራክል እንደዚህ አይነት ኦራክል ነው። ሶ ጌት ራንደም ነምበር ብላችሁ ስትጠሩ ከቼን ሊንክ ኦራክል ራንደም ነምበር ታገኛላችሁ። ሶ ዲስ ዌይ ዊ ካን ሃቭ ፒውር ራንደምነስ ኦን ሶሊዲቲ ማለት ነው። ባይ ኢትሰልፍ እዛው ዊዝ ዘ ካልኩሌሽን ኢትሰልፍ ራንደም ነምበር ማግኘት ስለማንችል we make a call to an oracle to get the random number. Yeah, and by the way, speaking of oracles, there are different oracles. ለምሳሌ የዌዘር ኦራክሎች አሉ, which you could pass the city or some address, I don't know what requires, ግን ideally ሲቲውን ስታሳልፉለት የሲቲውን ቴምፕሬቸር የሚመልስላችሁ ኦራክሎች አሉ። this oracle could be used for የሆነ አግሪካልቸር ምናምን ፐርፐዝስ መጠቀም እንችላለን። እንደገና ሌሎች ኦራክሎች ቬሪ ኮመን የሆኑት ደግሞ ለፕራይስ ነው። ለምሳሌ ኢቴሪየም ወደ ዩኤስዲቲ ያለውን ኮንቨርዥን ፕራይስ ለማምጣትም እንጠቀምባቸዋለን። not only ኢቴሪየም, for any currency pair, it could be BTC to Solana or something. ቼን ሊንክ ኦራክሎች አሉ እነዚህን ፕራይስ ፊድ የሚያደርጉን when we call to their function ማለት ነው። so this is a way to get random number. And finally there is the prev rando የሚባል ብሎክ አትሪቢዩት አለ። and ይሄ ኢኒሺያሊ እንዴት ነበር መስላችሁ? ኦር የድሮ የሶሊዲቲ ቨርዥን ላይ ብሎክ ዶት ዲፊካልቲ በሚል ነበር የሚታወቀው ይሄኛው። so it's like block dot difficulty ብለውን እንደዚህ ነበረ ብሎክ ዶት ዲፊካልቲ በሚል ነበር ካልኩሌት የምናደርገው። ነገር ግን አሁን prev rando አይዲያውን መሰላችሁ? it takes the what do you call የአይዲያው ምንድን ነው? እነዛ ኖዶቹ ካልኩሌት ያደርጉታል። ራንደም ባይትስ ካልኩሌት ያደርጋሉ። ሶ ቫሊዴተርስ ማለት ነው። እነዛ ቫሊዴተሮች ራንደም ፕራይስ ካልኩሌት አድርገው ነው ይህንን ፕሪቪየስ ዶት ራንዶም ብሎክ ዶት ፕሪቭ ራንዶም የሚባለውን ካልኩሌት የሚያደርጉት ማለት ነው። so there is a chance that this could work, ግን I'll let you read this very in detail. ግን አይዲያው ምንድን ነው የሚለው for like financial purposes ምናምን it can still be manipulated. But for like simple ideas like to get a random number ምናምን we can definitely use this as an option. Yeah. And but I like to check the Ethereum internal, what do you call I've just opened it a few minutes before. Yeah, so ይሄ የኢቴሪየም ኢቪኤም ኢምፕሊሜንቴሽን ነው በታይፕስክሪፕት እና you can see the random number calculation for it, እንዴት ካልኩሌት እንደሚያደርገው by the way you can see here how simple opcodes are also implemented. For example, the first one, add is like simply just adding two numbers. So from the stack ሁለት ነምበሮች ፖፕ ያደርግና then ይደምራቸዋል. And it has the modulo to 2 power 256. It's just to make sure that they are not overflowing or underflowing እንዳይፈጠር ነው እንደዚህ የሚያደርገው። so wrap up ያደርጋል ማለት ነው. Anyways, it's another topic. And also for multiplication, you can see the under the hood implementation for that. Subtraction is minus. Obviously, we have the division here, right? And here every function implementation now every opcode actually pref random start. It's recently introduced now, so you definitely have to be using the recent Solidity version to make use of this. And here the handler has like two cases. The first one, if the compiler has like the recent version of Solidity, then interpreter it calls to the get previous random number, and this is kind of calculated as a random bytes. But if the compiler is using the older versions, it takes the block difficulty. So again, as I previously said, it's not pure random. So if you want to use random numbers for financial purposes, or like as we see it in the example for financial rewards, oracles are the best thing to go for. But if you are like trying to mint NFTs, different NFTs, and trying to factor in ዩኒክ የሚያደርጋቸውን ነገር ምናምን ለማውጣት ከፈለጋችሁ ግን እነዚህም ብሎካሽ ነምበሮችን ብሬቭ ራንዶም ምናምን መጠቀም ትችላላችሁ። So yeah, that's it. Thank you.